I'm Nick Taylor from the Crafty Gentlemen. Today we are at Town Brewery with co-founder Jeff Ptolemy.
Nailed it.
How's it going, man?
Good, very good.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming.
I am, full disclosure, I'm super excited to be here. This
Sweet.
is one of my favorite places to go and have a drink.
Nice. Me too.
And we
free from this stuff. No, good.
We can talk about all the reasons why, but you have some beer to introduce, right?
Absolutely, man. So what we're drinking today is our Radwagon. So this is a new beer we just put out last Friday. We've done lactose pale ales before called Bungalow. They were single hop lactose pale ales. We did a Mosaic and we did an Idaho 7. For this lactose pale ale, we wanted to do with fruit. It was just kind of a beer we just wanted to have a lot of fun with. We anticipated it not snowing and being 3 degrees at the end of April, beginning of May. So we thought, it'd be a nice warm weather beer. Hopefully it will be next week if it ever warms up. But lactose pale ale with tangerine, grapefruit, and Meyer lemon.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a nice beer. Super bright, kind of obviously citrusy. Just a really nice kind of crushable beer. Heavy dose of lactose gives it lots of body. It's only 5.6%. So as we were kind of talking about off screen, pre-interview, it's nice to have a lower ABV beer, like 5.6%, but still nice big
some
body.
oomph to it, a little bit. Yeah,
totally.
Cool. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
It's a little early, but
let's do it.
It's all good.
Never too early. The thing that I really like about this beer is, like I said, the lactose gives it that nice body. Mm-hmm. We hopped it with some Cascade, but the bitterness that I kind of get in the beer, I find comes from the citrus. It's almost like a citrus peel kind of bitterness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, from the tangerine, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice. What do you think, more importantly?
I like the sweetness that the lactose provides at the end, and the mouthfeel, obviously. Yeah. That creamy mouthfeel is huge. I love that.
It's like a liquid creamsicle, essentially.
Yeah. To not like this would be insane.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's just supposed to be a fun beer, man. I mean, one of the things that we kind of always talk about here at town is if you want to come in and sit down and talk about a beer for an hour and you want to talk about the ins and the outs of the style and the hops and the yeast and the grain bill and all that kind of stuff, we can most definitely do that. But also, if you just want to come in and order a beer and drink it and shut up, we can also do that as well. Right?
Yeah, that really speaks to the mentality of town. And when you guys opened, it was November of 2017, right? And it seemed like almost immediately you were welcomed into the community. And
I think I don't know if we got lucky in that. Yeah. If we earned that.
It's crazy.
During our planning or what. But I mean, I think the fact that we were all pretty involved in the local scene before we opened obviously helped that. We were good friends with the guys over at Five Paddles. If it wasn't for them, I don't even know if we'd be open yet. Yeah, they gave us a ton of help, man, through the whole planning process. First few months. Are you glad that fridge turned off?
Yeah, very much.
Planning process, everything, man. So, they were really, really supportive of us, which, helped us immensely. But yeah, I think it's just being involved in the community before. Right. And then, our slogan is better beer, stronger community. And we don't take that lightly. We really mean it. We don't just want to be taking advantage of the fact that the beer scene is hot right now or popular, right? We want to hopefully be a reason that it thrives even more or that it advances even further, right? And like I said, we don't take that lightly. We really want to be part of a reason that the beer scene gets better, and also just a reason that our community around us gets better through our charity trivia, and we're doing a shoreline cleanup next week. We're doing some collabs where we're donating to environmental causes and stuff. Right. It's just a big part of who we are, and I don't know if people knew that out the gate, but they seem to support it kind of right off the bat. So
that's really cool. Yeah. So when you opened, you started with the Leap of Faith series. Yeah. And does that feel like forever ago when you think about 100%. All the beers? Yeah.
Well, the other thing is when we were doing test batches, Tim, our brewmaster, he was brewing in my basement of my house.
Oh yeah.
For 5 months. So we brewed 60 beers in my basement, 60 different beers in my basement on a 20-liter grain father system. Mm-hmm. trying to figure out what we were going to move forward with, what we were going to do, the styles that we were going to perfect. I mean, we had a pretty good idea that we wanted to do American style, hop forward, APAs, IPAs, double IPAs, that kind of thing. But, you know, test batching and trying to figure out where our place was and what our style would be. Yeah, we did like 60 beers in the basement. So like the Leap of Faith series almost doesn't even seem like a starting point for me.
Yeah,
you know I mean, it's like, yeah, it feels like forever ago. But what was really forever ago was
all these test
brewing
batches
in my basement.
Yeah. Actually, the one thing about the Leap of Faith series, that original logo, now when you look at it, it feels like almost like a retro, like throwback.
100%.
It reminds me of like the Jays throwback jersey. It'd be sweet.
It is. Actually, it would be fun to do some bottles because we're all cans now. But if we did some bottles with that old logo. Yeah. The only one that really survived was the Saison, and that turned into Levant Saison.
Right.
All of those beers found a new life in a different way, shape, or form.
Right.
The original Leap of Faith series IPA was turned into Brave New World.
Yeah.
With, you know, some pretty substantial tweaks, but the basis or the idea of that beer was Brave.
Right. And you just mentioned like two of your, like I would say like flagship beers. Like
the funny part is I was like,
but returning.
It was essentially Levant Saison, Brave New World, and Four Corners.
Right.
But the thing about that is that Brave New World is no longer really always around.
Right.
It's going to be more of for us, it's going to be more of like a winter or spring IPA.
Right.
So like it's gone right now and it won't be back until the winter.
Right.
Four Corners we try and keep in stock all the time, but it can be difficult. We've got a lot of licensees, like a lot of restaurants and bars that are pulling that. And the cans just seem to fly as soon as they go in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then the Levant Saison is one that you know, it's been around pretty consistently. But it also might take its little hiatus for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just because like beers like this and the Pilsner and
one of the biggest factors of it is that we're actually going to be going to the LCBO.
Oh, no.
So Square Wheels, which is our like hazy New England style wheat IPA, that was accepted into the LCBO, and we're going to start shipping that like May 26th.
Wow.
So that's why I asked when this is going.
Yeah.
So, it's super exciting, and it's going to have a huge impact on our production and the way we kind of have to plan things. But that beer is going to be a constant for us, like a constant. It has to always be available.
Right.
So that's going to change things up a lot because that's going to be, you know, a regular kind of staple brewing, packaging, getting it to the LCBO. We didn't really have an option, but we couldn't keep Levant around all the time. And we think Four Corners is more of a good representation of what we do.
Right.
So having Four Corners and Square Wheels is kind of the constants. And then everything else is just going to be as we can brew it.
Right.
When we first opened, all of us who kind of started the brewery, we love going downtown. We love different breweries, different bars, different restaurants, different spaces, and that kind of like more downtown Toronto vibe.
Yeah.
And we found that there wasn't a lot out in the burbs with that kind of feeling. The burbs tend to be safe, right? That's why people move to the burbs because it's safe.
Safe.
That's why people
crossing
go to
guards,
the same restaurants all the time. That's why they order the same beer all the time because it's safe. Might not be the best thing they ever had, but they know they're not going to be disappointed.
Right.
For us, I love going downtown. I love experiencing, just the feel of downtown. And when we kind of envision the place, we're like, we want something that's going to feel like you're not in Whitby.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like for a lot of people, they're being forced out of Toronto. They can't afford to buy a house. They're having kids. They need more space, yada, yada, yada. They come out to the burbs and they're like disappointed almost, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to be like, all right, don't worry. There is something really cool here in Whitby that you can be a part of and that you can come and you can hang out. And that's why our whole community factor makes a big impact. And we just want to be like a community hub where people can come, set up their laptops, work, drink a beer, hang out, chat, just like somewhere where, everybody knows your name. I wasn't going to say that.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
So you guys talked about like community involvement and things like that. One of the ways you show that on a continual basis, things like events that you put on.
Yeah.
We were just here yesterday, right, for the town market.
For sure.
That seems like such a fun event. It is a great time.
Town market's sweet. It's, we don't like, we're just looking for different ways to show people our space and show people how great our beer is. Something like the town market isn't something that, it's not like we're charging people to come in and set up. We just wanted to find awesome vendors that might not have like the outlet in Whitby or in Durham region to showcase the awesome stuff they make and to sell it, right? A lot of the really cool flea markets you got to go downtown to as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like a massive flea market. We have 10 vendors once a month, but it's just bringing them in and saying like, hey guys, like these are local artists, these are local companies that are making really, really cool stuff. Here's an opportunity to see it all in one place and hopefully buy it and support different local artists, right?
It seems cool too. I think it makes it more special that it's only once a month, you know?
Yeah, we do it the last Sunday of every month, and that seems to be good. We got the Lowlands Fire Foods, which set up the wood-fired pizzas in the parking lot, which is like the greatest thing on earth.
Great people too. Really cool.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, we try and mix up the vendors every month. We didn't yesterday. We didn't have a vinyl guy, but we usually have somebody selling vinyl every month.
Yeah.
It's just a cool way to bring some small independent businesses in and give them an opportunity to even just get exposure. Hopefully sell a bunch of stuff, but get exposure and let our community know that like there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in Whitby. Yeah. And around Whitby.
And then the next night, though, that's my favorite event.
Yeah, Wednesdays we have our run group. So I'm a runner. I haven't run in a while, but anyways, I am a quote unquote runner. I actually started a running group that was based out of the Tap and Tankard, 3 or 4 years ago.
You started that one too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that was called the Durham Beer Run, and then when we opened the brewery, we're like, it only makes sense for us to move the run from the tap down to town. We kind of rebranded, renamed the group the Town Runners, and we run out of here every Wednesday at 6:30. We do a 5K and an 8 or 10K, and then actually we have like a women's only run on Saturday mornings at 8:30. We're not open, but they still meet here. A bunch of ladies meet here, go for a 5K, and then just kind of hang out after.
But you guys really get involved like outside of the brewery as well, right?
For sure.
I think about things like Shane's Shore Run, which you just talked about.
Yeah, we did the Shore Run. We sponsored Shane's Shore Run, which raised money for the Ontario Shores Mental Health Sciences Center.
Yeah,
it's called.
It's a long name, but I think you got it.
I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. We did that 5K run where I saw you, or you saw me, and we just our whole thing, like I said, is better beer, stronger community. So we look at every single thing, whether it's hiring somebody, brewing a beer. Right now we're in the midst of like changing our license, but all of those things, does it help us accomplish one of those two things? Does it help us make better beer, or does it help us build a stronger community? If it doesn't do either, we don't do it. It's just that simple. If it does both, that's great. If it does one, we'll do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, does Shane's Shore Run, does our participation in Shane's Shore Run help us make better beer? No. But does it help us build a stronger community? Absolutely. Let's do it.
Right.
When we're looking at suppliers, when we're looking at hiring anything, if it doesn't help us accomplish one of those two goals, then it's not something that we do. But if it does, then that's great.
And you're into it.
Yeah, totally.
The other thing, I totally forgot about bringing this up before, but I heard, and we can take this out if it's too early, but I heard that you guys are introducing like a new, not beer, but a new tap.
Yes, we are. We can absolutely talk about that. If you weren't going to do it, I was going to.
All right, sweet. I thought we were running into it when we were talking about beers and stuff. But
we're actually, so over the course of the last few months, we've been working with the Town of Whitby and the AGCO, the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, to obtain our Tide House license. Tide House license allows us to do a lot of stuff, but what's going to be changing is we're going to be able to serve later. So we're going to serve until 10 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, which is kind of sweet. 9 just seems early.
It seems like a better way to like go from A to B if you're going. People still go out at night, like night?
I don't, but other people do.
Yeah.
But no, 100%. If you come here or if we have to stop serving at 9, you got to be out at 9:45. Like,
then you're that guy out that far.
Yeah, you need to find somewhere to go before you go out.
Yeah.
If we serve till 10 and you can stay here till 11, you can go directly to where you want to go out.
Right.
I think our crowd might be more inclined to be the people who are going out for dinner, and then they want to have like an after dinner drink.
And it works for that too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're finishing up dinner at 8, you're not coming here because we close at 9. But if we're open until 10, it's an opportunity to come here for a beer or two after a nice dinner or something, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a big benefit. The other benefit is that we're going to be able to change our pour sizes. So right now we're restrained to a 12-ounce pour. So our beers moving forward are going to be in 16 and 13 ounce pours, depending on the ABV and style, which is super sweet. Also, we're going to be able to offer more than just beer. So it's super awesome. Revel cider out of Guelph.
Right.
So they're essentially going to have a rotating tap here. So it's going to be a bunch of different Revel ciders. Right now, we put an order in for Time and Place, which is their like standard go-to 6.5% cider. But I mean, those guys, Revel's making the best cider I've ever had. It's the best in Ontario, maybe the galaxy. But no, I mean, they make awesome stuff, and they care as much about their cider as we do about our beer.
Right.
So for us, it was like a seamless kind of a partnership, I guess you'd say. So
cool.
Yeah, we're bringing them in, and that's all starting actually tomorrow. So
nice.
It'll be already launched by the time anyone sees this video.
Right.
But yeah, so pour size is getting bigger, serving hours later, serving cider. Yeah, it's all really exciting stuff.
That's
Cool.
super.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, man.
Cheers,
Thanks for
dude.
having us.
Hey, man.
I appreciate it.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Thank you
I'm
for
sure I'll
coming.
be back probably this week or something.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you in 3 hours.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
Cheers.
You want us to
Can I
just
make it a
leave? We just
cheers?
leave now?
Yeah, like walk away.